Hey guys, what's up? Mike McDonald here, just coming out of Lino Lakes, Minnesota. And do you ever feel like sometimes when you're prospecting, you come off as pushy, or maybe you're looking for a way to do it without being like that? And well, today's video, I just wanted to cover some different techniques you can use to prospect and without being pushy or salesy. So, a couple things you want to keep in mind. The first thing is saying, well, you know how, and then fill in the blank with some type of problem. And then you'll say, well, what I do is, and then you'll figure out, say some kind of solution. So, for example, let's say you ran into somebody, maybe it's a wedding or a party or whatever, and they ask you, well, what do you do? Let's say you're in nutrition. You could say, well, you know how a lot of people struggle with losing weight and, they never have enough energy. Well, what I do is I show people a simple way that they can, have more energy and lose weight quickly without breaking the bank. So that gives you a good transition. Then at the same time, if they're a good prospect, they're going to ask you more questions, or they're going to want to hear about it. And if they're not going to say anything. They'll be like, oh, that's cool. They're not going to really follow up with you. So again, you're not going to have to try and convince them or be pushy, because if they're not interested, they're not going to, try and follow up with you, for example. And then, so maybe that's your product, or maybe you work on travel. Be like, hey, how everybody says they want to travel more and see the world and go cool places, but I think most people can't afford it. Well, what I do is I help people travel wholesale so they can see the world and, make some money on the side by referring the program. So that could be your intro. Or maybe you have a part-time business. Maybe you're trying to do the business side or the opportunity, recruiting that way. Just be like, how times are tough right now, the economy's not going that great, and how most people are looking for something extra on the side. Well, what I do is I show people a way to build a second stream of income on top of what they already do, to make some more freedom in their life, or so they don't have to be so stressed out about their job, X, Y, Z. So again, the transition is, somebody says, what do you do? Then you'll say, well, you know how, fill in the blank with some kind of problem, and then you respond with, well, what I do is, and then you add some kind of solution. So it's a great way that you can transition into your product or service or, business opportunity as well. But just thought you guys might get some value out of that. If you did, feel free to comment, share this and subscribe to my channel. And if you are in business or network marketing or sales, maybe you're struggling setting appointments, and you want to take your business to the next level. Well, if that's the case, head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com. You can actually enter your name and email for my free audio 14 proven keys to inviting for your business. So again, head on over to coachmikemcdonald.com and enter your name and email for access to that. But appreciate your guys' time, and we'll talk to you again soon.